Agree or disagree with the following clip?
You're gonna have to start lying to men. No, you're gonna have to start lying to men for your safety. You have kids? Don't tell them you have kids. Don't tell them. You don't have a dad? Don't tell him. Say you have a really great father. He's always here for you. And you know what? Since you can't do it, I'm going to call my dad. My dad will do it. You don't have a father? Don't tell him. You don't have a mother? Don't tell him. You don't get along with your family? Don't tell him. You have a great career? Tell him you work part-time. A teacher's assistant, part-time. A tutorer, part-time. A cashier, part-time. An administrative assistant, part-time. Whatever you say, make sure you add part-time. Because at the end of the day, all you women that spoke truth about your life, like, oh, you're a big lawyer, you're a big CEO, entrepreneur, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, anything, shh. Learn to make up stories. You have an amazing father. He's always been around. You have an amazing mom. She's so loving and nurturing. You have the bestest friends. They're always protective. You don't have any brothers? Say you have brothers. You have uncles. Uncles that go to the gym every day. I have an uncle that's in Taekwondo. I have an uncle that likes to box. Make it up. But you guys are coming around these men who are in survival mode. They don't have love in their heart. Not all of them. They're on survival. And they're going to survive off of you. Because you want to tell them that you're a big top lawyer. You're a big shot lawyer. You want to tell them you're CEO. You own all these businesses. You're a high nurse. You talk too much. Okay? Trust me, I know. To the ladies who are older or anybody that's more experienced than any other woman, please put it in the comments. Let them understand that they need to shh. A woman's power is her silence. You don't even gotta say too much. You need to shh and listen.
All right, this book of Isaiah 32:9, and it says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I'm going to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, B'Kakodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders at GMS who teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect and the 1/3. Shalom to all the tribes of Israel, including you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigners that be like unto the speckled bird. I'm the brother Barak, and Lord willing, this will be another edifying lesson. And these women, man, they're extremely haughty now. They're extremely haughty, and we're going to get into that right now. So this is the word haughty. It says arrogantly superior and disdainful, a look of haughty disdain, proud, vain, synonyms. So these women, they're exactly that, man. They are extremely haughty to the point where they think, they don't need no man, they don't need no husband. They can use men, manipulate men, use them, take them for their money, use them for child support, and the only time they want a man is when they just want some fucking dick, right? They think they can go and commit adultery, and if you brothers are dealing with this, which it is you have to have you have to be mindful who you're dealing with, because it can be hard, but you can't stumble at these, the beauty of these women, right? Just because they're women, they're pretty, and they might have big ass, big titties, right? They might have all the features that you desire, but they are, some of them are fucking wicked, man. There's a saying, man. The prettier these women are, the more evil they are, right? Salakia for my voice. But these women are extremely haughty, man. To the point where they're the ones calling up, they're calling all the rules, making all the decisions, which, mind you, they can't even make fucking decisions. They don't know what they actually want. They their minds fucking change, every other day, right? And it's all because of who? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the man that's in power, right? This fucking devil, he set it up to where, he actually incentivizes these women to cheat, right? To make irrational decisions. They can get that, child support, they can get all these benefits. They can, he incentivizes them to go off and get a fucking, be independent, which is all just this Western philosophy, that was brought to you by Esau Edom, right? These women think they can be independent, and they're haughty because, they have degrees, which degrees, scholarly, they might have, they might have, a scholarly, high ranking, right? Prestige, which really doesn't fucking matter, right? Their whole purpose is to just, serve their husband, right? It shouldn't be man serving woman, right? And we're going to go into that right now. It's the book of Genesis 2:18. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him." So that helpmeet, right? That that person that was supposed to be for the man was the woman, right? And what happened was in the Garden of Eden, she took it advice from the serpent, which was actually a man, right? It was actually an actual a man. The serpent was, and she took on those philosophies, right? That fruit that she that fruit represents what the philosophies of Esau Edom, right? So she went off from the beginning, and but the woman was intentionally made for the man, right? And but now these women are here, thinking men have to go follow after them, which thing is, man, that's not how it's gonna work, man. When the time of trouble, man, the Lord's gonna fucking put the spirit on a lot of men to just go silent, and these women are gonna be coming to the righteous men, because few are gonna be left. Few righteous men are gonna be left. Most of these wicked fucking men are gonna die. They're gonna die from war, right? Many of these wicked bitches are gonna get raped out here, right? They're gonna get raped, chopped up in pieces, right? As soon as shit goes down, man, it's gonna be a great thing, because that whole spirit that these women have, they think they can just lie, manipulate, do all this bullshit, right? That's gonna be out the window, man, right? It says right here, man learns he is not the biological father of his children, right? You got another one right here. It says, after 51 years of marriage, this judge learns his children aren't his. 51 fucking years, and this is, this is fucking some crazy shit. This is some crazy work, man, and we have here the book of Jeremiah 31 and 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord had created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Right? So, now you got these, granted, this guy could have went out and, not even worried about that if he just put his seed in a bunch of different women. Right? But, now I don't know if that man is a Edomite, Jake, I don't know. I can't say for sure. But, these guys, they if they just, if they really want to, they could just go and put their seed in a bunch of different women. The thing is, though, these women, they have these dudes at their fingertips, telling them, I don't want you getting with another woman. You better not be getting with more than one woman, right? And that's that illusion that Esau put up, that you men have to fucking listen to these bitches. You have to listen to these hoes, man. That's some effeminizing shit, to be able to, you can't even, go around, you have to listen to a woman, and you can't even have more than one woman. That's some effeminizing shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit, man. And then on top of that, your kids ain't even yours, man. And that's why, the Lord, he's gonna give his men, he's gonna give his men, these righteous women, in the kingdom, right? While these wicked bitches, they're gonna burn, they're gonna burn, that's why they're, scriptures talk about, they shall burn like an oven, right? That goes into that nuclear radiation, right? I'm reading it again. It says, for the Lord had created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man, and that custom, man, that custom went across the whole earth. A man getting on one knee for a woman, right? Bowing down on one knee. A man, I saw the other day, a man fucking opening a door to his woman in the car and just waiting for her to get in the car, just standing there in the middle of the fucking road like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? And these women just take their time, walk with that prideful ass walk, and they're looking for the, the best of the best, always looking for that, man with more money, more status, more fame, more height, more cars, more houses, right? And, the thing is, man, these women are going to have no fucking option, when shit hits the fan, man, because, the Lord ain't going to give to them, right? He's saving their judgment for, a worser time period, and that time period's going into Jacob's trouble, right? I'm going to bring that out. This is the book of 2 Peter 2:9. It says, the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the judgment to be punished. Right? So these wicked people, man, the Lord's saving their time to get judgment. He's reserving it for, a latter time, right? Doesn't, just because these people fuck you over, you pray unto the Lord, or you send curses onto them, the Lord will take care of it. He will deal with them. You don't even got to worry about it. That's why the scriptures talk about, do send up to your all your worries, all your problems to the Lord, right? I'm paraphrasing here, but the thing is, man, these people try to fuck you over. There's gonna be a punishment. That's why it's the scriptures talk about you shall reap what you sow. Every action has a consequence, right? Don't these people, they think they can get away with it. And you even in terms of like business, people making money, crypto scammers, a lot of these people getting fucked over too. They think they can just anonymously get away with shit. Lord ends up killing them, you know, maybe through a drug overdose, you know, somebody puts drugs in their drink, you know, even you know, a couple in Dubai. There was a couple in Dubai. You know, there were some crypto scammers or whatever. These fucking people, man, they set them up, and then they fucking bury them in cement, right? They encased them, you know, tortured them and put them in fucking cement, you know. And this is the type of shit these people are on, man. You know, so you're seeing a lot crazier judgments happen. And that's how you know we're getting close, man. You know, we're in the end of this thing, right? There's not much longer till these people, man, get that fucking judgment. You know, the Lord's gonna take vengeance, you know, on these fucking wicked people. You don't even have to worry about it, right? It says influencer Mary Magdalene passes away after falling from the 9th floor of her apartment in Thailand. And, you know, she basically offed herself because she put a message on her Instagram account, you know, right after, you know, basically foreshadowing her death, right? And, you know, that's just the spirit the Lord's putting on these people to just go kill themselves. You know, some of these wicked-ass bitches, man, you know, because they're so bugged out of their mind, you know, with all these fucking tattoos, all these, all that filler in their body, all that, you know, fucking, I don't even know what you call this thing, you know, fucking with 2 different colored fake eyes, fucking, I mean, man, that just throughness right there, man. That's just completely finished. You know, people are bugging out, man. You know, and you know, a lot of these women, they're gonna end up doing that. It's Jeremiah 19, verse 9. It says, I will see that your enemies lay siege to the city until the food is gone. Then those trapped inside will eat their own sons and daughters and friends. They will be driven to utter despair. Right? This is the thing. This is the exact spirit that's what's going to go down in Babylon the Great. Right? You know, these people are going to eat themselves, eat their neighbors, you know, eat fucking granny. Right? You know, eat their kid. Right? Who cares what these people do? You know, what they flex on their Instagram, you know, their good life, because all that shit's going out the window, man. You know, we're prophesying death, destruction, famine, nuclear destruction, right? These people don't know what's coming, you know, and all that shit's gonna be gone in 1 hour, man. You know, they're gonna melt with a fervent heat, right? You know, so these women, you know, they're not gonna keep getting away with this, man. Right, you know, they're gonna be completely finished, and you know, the Lord's gonna make you know, he's gonna establish his righteous men to rule over these heathens, right? All these wicked ass people, right? So, you know, with that being said, I'm gonna give all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and others at GMS who tell me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect and the 1/3. Shalom.